Yes, everybody. Hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another show on the channel. We're back live once again. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Tuesday afternoon here in the UK. The weather's actually decent for once. I'm actually thinking, I think I might go out later. I don't know. We'll see. Because today's actually my day off in terms of having no work and uni and stuff. So yeah, I might nip out later. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, if you are new to the stream, make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe button, turning on post notifications. The second channel, The Life of Reacts, is starting this week. At some point this week. I don't know what day, but it will be starting this week. The first video on the channel will be launching this week. And yeah, bless up to everybody. Let's big up the chat first things of all. Big up to PL Champs in the building. You think there's a case we sell Salah for 50 mil plus and then go for Olise? Well, we're going to chat about Olise. We're going to check about Demonde as well. I'm going to chat about the Wolves game tonight because that game, yeah, it is a must-win game. Big up to Benjamin in the chat. Big up to Baran. Big up to Clive. Big up to everybody in the building. We're trying to aim for, let's try to aim for 20 likes if possible, chat. So we're going to kick things off with the Olise stuff. This is coming from Pletty Goal, talking about Olise and Demonde. So Michael Olise and Yan Demonde are Liverpool's dream targets for the summer. However, LFC are aware that selling Olise is unrealistic. They know that Bayern have no intention to sell and that the player also doesn't want to leave. Therefore, targeting Demonde as he would be more realistic, Bayern also have the latter on the list, but a move is unlikely too expensive for Bayern already have Luis Diaz. So obviously, us and Bayern Munich both want Demonde. And I personally think they won't move for him unless they move on one of the wingers. Because they've already got Luis Diaz. They've got Harry Kane up front. They've got Michael Olise. How are you going to get Demonde into that team? Do you know what I mean? Maybe you're not going to move on Luis Diaz. You've only brought him in last summer. He's having a fantastic season. I do disagree with the fact of Olise is unrealistic. We got told that Alexander Isak deal was unrealistic. I remember many people saying, yo, Isak's unrealistic. You got no chance of getting him. You're chatting rubbish. Everyone's saying, no, he doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to leave. And what happened? He joined the football club. Now, that doesn't mean, right, we're getting Michael Olise. Oh, my God, happy days. Here we go. Let's all have a party. Let's all gas ourselves up. No, there's obviously a long way to go within this deal. But I've remained consistent on it. I do believe there is a chance because how often do Liverpool aren't heavily interested in players if they don't think there's a possibility? Now, that doesn't mean we get the player. That just means there is a chance. And I remain consistent from day one. I do think Liverpool will try to get Michael Olise. And I think, you know, the way how I see a deal could potentially happen is from the factors of it looks like Mohamed Salah is going to be moved on this summer. So we are going to be needing a big replacement for Mohamed Salah. And for me, Michael Olise is the best right winger in the world that I think is actually obtainable. Now, I'm not counting your Yamals, your Doués. I think they're staying at PSG and they're staying at Barcelona. I think Olise is the best player on the right-hand side in the world where I do think a deal could be done. Now, whether obviously a deal gets done or not is obviously a different sort of thing. However, I will be shocked if Liverpool don't try because with the sale of Mohamed Salah, you're probably getting at least 50 to 60 million quid plus. You're getting 400 and over 400 grand a week off the wages cleared up. You know, you look into the extra bonuses and everything that Salah brings to the club, You know, there's a lot of money. It's more than just the sale of 50 million for him. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, Olise deal could actually be possible because how much would Olise cost? If Bayern Munich want to rebuild a couple of their players, they want to bring in a demand. I've seen they want to bring in a centre back as well and other players like that. Then we know Bayern Munich aren't going to spend big money on players. They're not that club. You know, you saw that last season with Florian Wirtz. They didn't want to pay over the 100 million quid. But you'll have Bayern Munich fans saying, "Oh, we had an agreement." Da, 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 da. Stop crying. You know, big up to Antico in the chat. Footy got my last snooker league game tomorrow. Yep. Big up Lewis in the chat. Big up to Wesley. Demonde and Barcola, the real names to keep an eye on. I agree. I look. I personally don't think we get Elise. Like if I'm being honest and I take off my funny hat and banter hat, I personally don't think we get Elise, but I do believe we will try and get Elise. I do think we will at least somewhat attempt the waters. I think he's got 3 years left on his contract, which is still a hefty, you know, fee in terms of how much he's going to cost. However, I think Elise is obviously the dream target. You know, just like Alexander Isak was the dream target last season. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like for me, I'm looking at it from two positions here. If we can get Elise, we're going to go for him. If not, we'll turn our attention to other players. So like with Isak, I feel like if we didn't get Isak, we would have got Ekatike and probably someone else. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like for me, you know, Elise is going to be the man that we are going to ultimately try and get. I believe Elise will cost 150 million. I don't think he would cost 150. I think you can get Elise out of Bayern Munich for 120. And especially you think about it with the players that we're going to be selling in the summer, there's going to be a lot of money up for grabs. So, and it's been proven in the summer, if we want to spend big bucks, we will spend big bucks. Man, you have started the same delusion that you had telling us that Liverpool would win the league. At least he's getting 500 a week contract. Okay, mate. Yeah, he's definitely getting 500 a week at Bayern Munich. He had no reason to leave them. What, Elise? Or are we referring to my Isak point? Smash the likes. Yeah, man. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe as well. Wesley, the stream was Football Heritage TV that you was trolling. But no, chat. Look, I would love Elise, man. I mean, look, let's actually do some research here. Let's have a look at Bayern Munich's contract situations, so we can have a little bit of a look in terms of how much Elise is on compared to Mohamed Salah. Michael Elise is on 259,000 euros a week, so that's probably just shy of about 200 grand a week. Okay. Now, there is a couple of rumours about a release clause. Harry Kane has a release clause. Wow. And he's only got, what, a year left on his contract? He's already done 3 years at Bayern. Wow. He's already been at Bayern Munich for 3 years. Wow. Wow. You know, you look at Elise, right? In my opinion, Elise should earn more than Diaz. He should earn more than Davies. He should earn more than Kimmich. I would make a case he should earn more than Musiala. I think he should be in their top 2 earners, Elise. And, you know, with, you know, him, he didn't, let's be honest, he didn't really want to originally go to Bayern Munich. He wanted to originally stay in the Premier League. He wanted to originally go to Chelsea Football Club. I think Elise wants to play in the best league in the world. Now, I don't think the Premier League is the best league in the world. I think all the leagues are kind of mid, if I'm being truly honest with you. But you have to think about it from Elise's standpoint of view. I think eventually he would want to go back to the Premiership. He would want to go back to the Premiership. He had an agreement done with Chelsea. Obviously, the deal collapsed a couple of years ago. But I think Elise will eventually want to come back. I do. He's getting a new contract. Look up the need in the news. He's not getting 500k a week at Bayern Munich, though. Elise is not getting 500k a week at... Like, look at the Bayern Munich's wage bill, man. Like, this is messed up. How can Kane be on 480? No. How can you have Kimmich on nearly... Like, how do you decide 384,615 a week? Like, Come on, man. Olise is literally flirting with the likes of fucking Goretzkas and Gnabry's. Like, come on, man. This guy's going to want a big contract. And if Liverpool come knocking, you look at Liverpool's wage bill, chat. Look how much money that we're going to free up this summer. 22 of you in the building, by the way. Hit the like button and make sure you're in the subscribe. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. Look at Liverpool's wage bill compared to Bayern Munich. Look how well structured ours is. Okay? Mo Salah, if he leaves, 400k a week off the bill like that. I think Gakpo might be sold this summer. Now, this isn't verified he's on 250k a week, but if he is, that is over 650k a week off the bill gone. Yeah? Robertson's going to leave. That's 160 off the bill. You're probably going to have one of our midfielders leave. Chiesa, 150 off the bill. We're going to have over probably £1 million in wages nearly freed up. £1 million, £4 million a month freed up. We can go to Olise and look, you're on 200 grand a week at Bayern. Come to us, we'll give you 280. Come to us, we'll give you 300. Come and be the main man in our attack for the next 5+ years on that right-hand side. Liverpool know they need to get the Mohamed Salah replacement correct. The replacement has to be correct. We cannot be affording to bring in some absolute next bum who has got the potential of the next couple of years. Because otherwise, what was the point in buying Isaac? What was the point in buying Bert Ekitike if we were on this project? Do you know what I mean? So for me, you know, I think ultimately we should try and get Olise. I think we should try. And I think you can get him for about 120. Bayern Munich want Cody Gakpo. He's on their short list of players that they would like as well. So why can't we do a deal with Bayern Munich and say, look, you can have Cody Gakpo, just like we gave him Luis Diaz. We have a very good relationship with Bayern Munich. Let's not forget Thiago. They sold him to us for 30 million. Sadio Mane for 30 million. Luis Diaz last summer. So we have a very good relationship with Bayern Munich when it comes to the transfer side of things. So in terms of transfer talks, as long as we don't act like a div, I believe that we can put in a respectable offer. Obviously, we will need a couple of jigsaws to go in our way for the likes of Mohamed Salah to probably leave the football club, which I do think will happen. We probably will need a couple of 2 more players to leave. I believe if we sell Cody Gakpo and Mohamed Salah, I think we will go all in for Olise. Whether we get him is another story. But I do think we 100% have to try. I do think, in my opinion, we'll be stupid to not at least try. Where did I get to in the chat? He's getting a new contract. He's not. He might get a new contract, but he ain't getting 500k a week. I'm telling you that now. Wesley, it was an elite scene. I don't know what about there. We might be in for Demonde, by the way. Rodrigo tore his ACL and Vinny will leave. Wait, Rodrigo's on his ACL. Oh. To be honest, we're going to have a dream team with Olise and Demonde and CDM Slovaks. I think no one will let us have him. It's going to be OP. I mean, we still got Arne Slot as the managers. If we lose to Wolves tonight, Arne gone. Oh, don't. Confirmed Liverpool expected Jeremy Jacket to be available for the start of the preseason for Eric Jai. Good to see. Bayern Munich's wage bill is, the wage bill is very weird, isn't it? A lot of talk for us trying to bring back VVQ. Oh, Kwanzaa. I've seen he's done all right, and I'll be honest, not for me. Does he have a release clause? Who, Olise? Well, there is talk that Olise has a release clause, but it's not been confirmed. I believe it's one of those release clauses where it's not like an official release clause. It's like one of those ones where if we're like one of the top 5 teams or one of the teams that Olise, wants to go to, I believe that you can ultimately do a deal there. It's a bit like Alexis McAllister. Do you know Alexis McAllister when he had that 35 mil release clause? No one had a clue about it. I think it could be somewhat one of those ones where if a big top 5 team comes in for him, like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool, Man City, or whatever, and they pay up the money, then a deal can be done. Do you know what I mean? I think that could be one of those type of release clauses. But there has been talk for a long time that Olise does have a release clause. Obviously, we are waiting for that to be seen. But this is coming from IndyCar news a couple of days ago, exclusive. Our high-level source at LFC has provided us information that the club are in talks with Michael Olise's representatives and will activate the release clause once the personal terms are agreed. Liverpool want to sign both Michael Olise and Yan Diomande this summer. So there is talk about a release clause. There is talk about a release clause. In my opinion, what that release clause is, we don't know. Like I said, I think it'd be one of those release clauses where it doesn't really have. Yeah, it's not happening. 500k a week for Footy Reacts to RMA. Yeah, 500. He ain't getting 500k. I'm telling you now, he's not getting 500k. They're not even paying that for Harry Kane or Elise. I mean, Musiala. Let's be real here. Bayern are putting Elise on 400k a week, bro. He's already advanced over a new contract. I've not seen anything about a new contract. 80 mil for Kwanzaa. Mate, if we pay 80 mil for Kwanzaa, yeah, I don't think it's 80 million. I think it's 40 million buyback. But if we pay 80 million for Kwanzaa, then what was the fucking point? Like, we've lost 40 million. My centre back, VVVQ, bring him back. I like Kwanzaa. I said that from day one, but I feel like with Kwanzaa, it's a mentality thing for him. Breaking Liverpool considering re-signing Joao Kwanzaa. The club secured an 80 mil buyback. Oh my. 80 million buyback. Euros. Oh my god. What's that in pounds? I swear if it's above like 80 million, I'm going to flip. 70 million? Oh man. 70 million quid. Oh, fucking hell. 70 million quid. Really? 70 million quid for Jarrell Kwanzaa. Yeah, so basically 70 million. Why don't we just give him an extra 10 mil for fucking Bastoni or somebody else? I think that means Arne Slot might be gone then, because Arne Slot didn't like Kwanzaa. Is that indicating that Slot might not be in the summer then? Because he didn't like Kwanzaa, chat. Let's be honest, he didn't really like him. He hooked him off in the first 45 minutes of his first ever Premier League game when Slot was manager. Do you know what I mean? But no, look, Liverpool are highly interested in Elise. Look, for me, it's definitely a deal I do think can be done, but we would need a lot of things to go our way. Like we would need Salah to be sold. We'll obviously need him to reject, you know, the thing. Let's actually have a look to see if there's any new contract talks. Michael Elise contract. Let's see if there's anything about a new contract. Well, this was from Fabrizio Romano. There's absolutely no release clause on Michael Olise's contract. Bayern Munich are sending a clear message about that for sure. When was this? October. Oh, that was a couple of years ago. I can't lie. There is nothing and about Olise release clause. What's this? Buying space. Oh my god, when did he say this? August. He said, I can now reveal that Michael Olise has a release clause in his contract, first valid in the summer of 2026. Max Eberl agreed to its conclusion during the negotiations with the players' representatives, convinced that without such a concussion, he would have no realistic chance of bringing him out of the Premier League. In doing so, he accepted a figure comfortably within reach for several English clubs, effectively assuring that a return to England would always remain a possibility. Inside Bayern, there is a clear expectation that Liverpool and Manchester City will be Michael Olise's preferred destinations should he decide to leave after the World Cup. Once the release clause in his contract becomes active, both clubs are long-term admirers who have followed his progress for years and are expected to act decisively when the opportunity arises. Chelsea were also seriously interested in him. In the summer, he joined Bayern, but Olise rejected their approach at the time. It is still expected that he will return with interest once the release clause becomes valid, although within Bayern, the belief is that much will depend on Chelsea's sporting development over the next year, as Olise is thought to be unwilling to commit unless a new project aligns with the ambitions. Interesting. What's this? They want Monday too. Are they gonna have a right winger and not be downgraded? I'll be honest, I just can't see a world where they try and get both. Inter could potentially sell both Barella and Bastoni this summer, both being very poor this season. I remember for years I wanted Nico Barella at Liverpool. Do you know the year we missed out on Jude Bellingham and he went to Real Madrid? He went to Real Madrid 2023. I thought we was going to get Barella that summer. I thought, it was the perfect, rebuild of the midfield replacements. Deal just never happened, did it? Sky Germany saying that we are interested in someone called Collins, who's a 22-year-old centre back. Yeah, this could be getting peak. I can't lie. 3 more likes for 20. Chat. Hit the like button and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so. Do let me know what you think about the Olise deal down in the comments below if you're watching back on the replay as well. But I've been saying this for some time in terms of about Olise. There's money to free up in the team. If Salah was staying at the club, then there's no chance. We're not getting him. Like, put the fries in the bag. But the fact that, Olise, I think at some point he would want to come back to the Premiership. I do think he would want to come back. I think Olise is going to go to Real Madrid, Liverpool, or Manchester City in the next 2 years. I do. Maybe not as much Real Madrid, but I do think he will go to Man City or Liverpool in the next couple of years. I really, really do. And obviously, with the money that we're going to be making this summer, we definitely should be, within the race to try and attempt to, bring him to the club, if I'm being honest. But obviously, we're not only linked with just Olise, we are also linked with Demonde as well. I like the look of Demonde. However, if he is the replacement for the left side, then I don't know really how to feel about it, if I'm being honest. And I mean, how much is he going to cost? Probably 70 million quid plus. I don't know, man. I don't know if I would want someone else for that price, if I'm being truly honest. I think so. However, there is some more transfer news in terms of from the Bundesliga. Aston Villa are amongst clubs. I don't know how. No one's really interested in Harry Wilson. I really don't know why many clubs aren't interested in him. He's actually been really good this season. I assume he just doesn't want to stay at Fulham, I suppose, because otherwise, I mean, why aren't Fulham even trying to bring in a replacement? It would be pretty stupid, wasn't it? But was it Florian Plettenberg who tweeted the news about Jarrell? Did he tweet the news about Jarrell Kwanzaa? Who tweeted it? Oh my god, who tweeted it? Who tweeted about Sky Germany? Let's have a look. Yeah, there is actually a lot of talk in there. Oh my god. Liverpool are considering re-signing Jarrod Kwanzaa from Bayer Leverkusen. They are holding 80 mil back clause until the end of May. Oh, see, I don't mind Kwanzaa. I don't mind him. Just 80 million quid buyback. I don't know, if I'm being honest. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if that sits well with me. 70 million quid. We sold the guy for 30, 40 million. So we sell him for a year. We might as well just, you know what we might as well just done? Put him out on loan. Because we've lost that on 30, 40 million quid then. We might as well genuinely just put him out on fucking loan. Do you see what I mean by how I get frustrated by the transfer strategies of this football club? Because it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, I don't mind Kwanzaa as a player, but if Arne Slot's going to be the manager, what's the point? The guy didn't fancy him last season. He didn't rate his mentality. He didn't rate him as a player. He didn't rate him as how he wants to use his centre backs. So the only thing that maybe raises to my questions is that Slot might not be here come next season then, because why would you bring back a player spend 80 million euros on a player for a manager that has no intentions of playing him and doesn't rate him? It would be absolutely stupid for Liverpool to do that. We already agreed his contract as well. Bring back centre back. Always loved him. Big up to Menzo, you're doing well. Not a chance. Slot ruined him versus Ipswich. Dragged him off at half time versus Ipswich. Yeah, he didn't rate him. He didn't rate him from day one. Didn't rate him from day one. Didn't rate him in pre-season. He didn't rate him how he likes to use his centre backs. So the only thing that raises to my question is what has changed in Slot and everyone for wanting him, for us to bring him back, and two, is Slot going to be here next season then? Because if he is, what is the point in doing in this deal? It would generally be the biggest waste of money. And I'm sorry, if you're spending 70 million on Kwanzaa, yeah, he's got to be starting. So does that mean Van Dijk's going to leave? Or Ibu Konate is going to, he's not going to sign that contract? Because I don't think you spend 60 million quid plus on Jeremy Jacquet and go and spend 70 million pounds on Jarrod Kwanzaa to be third and fourth choice backups. That would be absolutely, my main language, fucking stupid. React, he's progressed a lot. I've watched him quite a lot. He's improved so much. I'm not saying he hasn't. I mean, look, I've seen bits of him at Bayer Leverkusen. But if I'm being honest with you, though, 70 million quid's a bit steep. I can't lie, it's a bit steep. Like, it just seems to me like we're that desperate, we're going back to our ex. It's like, do you know when you go back to your ex and you're like, fuck me, I can't pull anyone, so I'll just go back to them. That's what it is. Who's to blame for the Kwanzaa buyback deal? As for Slot, he's gone come next season. If Konate goes, then Kwanzaa comes in. It's quite obvious. I just don't agree with it, if I'm honest. I just don't agree with it. Look, I've got nothing on Jarrod Kwanzaa, but it's like, I don't know. He either comes in the summer if Konate leaves or next season. Virgil leaves. Yeah, but I'm sorry, that's nearly what? You're spending like 140 on centre backs to become third and fourth choice. Obviously, Van Dijk needs a lot of rest next season. We don't know what's happening with Konate. I mean, we're in fucking March 3rd now. We should be finding out very, very soon. I think within the next month we'll know if Konate is going to leave or not. Because it was about, what, this time... When did we find out Trent was leaving? Like, the whole thing was done. The Here We Go, I believe, was after the Tottenham game when we won the league. Yeah, I think... I don't know. It's fine. Kwanzaa improving. Slot literally didn't rate him. He didn't rate him. Honest Slot did not rate Jero Kwanzaa one bit. What has changed in 1 year? For us to go and think, yeah, fuck it, we'll go and spend 80. We'll go and spend 70 million. What has changed for us to go and spend 70 million quid on Kwanzaa in 1 year? What has changed? Real talk, what has changed for Liverpool to think, I know, we're going to go and spend that much money on Kwanzaa? I don't know, man, I don't know. It is concerning, I can't lie. It is a bit concerning, this. It just makes me think, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what are we doing? 70 million quid. Really? 70 million quid. 70 million pounds. What has changed in a year for you to think, yes, I want him back at the club? What has changed? Literally, what has changed? Let me catch up with the chat. Hit the like button, by the way. 18 of you in the building. Let's try and get these likes up to 25 if possible. Some people will pay a card to get their ex back. People do crazy things for their fucking ex, mate. I'll tell you that. Look, I'm not going to reveal too much. Actually, to be fair, I'm not. I'm not going to speak. I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble, and you never know who's watching the fucking stream. I wish YouTube can make it, yeah, so you can know who's watching your live stream. I think it would be really interesting. I think there's a possibility that Mo and Ali leaves this summer. Well, Alisson's contract's technically up in the summer, and his contract's actually up in the summer. Liverpool just have an option to extend, which it looks like that they will. I think Salah will leave. March the 25th is when Trent was all confirmed to Real Madrid. So yeah, we should be finding out this month. Wait, was that when he did his goodbye interview, or was that when Marker and everyone confirmed it? Because when was the goodbye interview? Because I remember when we won the league, he didn't start getting boos until after we won the league, because he scored the late winner against Leicester the week before, which would have been about the 20th of April. And everyone was like, oh my God, will Trent still stay? Look at his celebration. I think that was when Marker confirmed it. I reckon we could let Joe Gomez and we get Kwanzaa. React, stop calling him Kwanzaa. It's Virgil van Kwanzaa. FSU are planning life about Slot. The board rate Kwanzaa. I think the board do rate Kwanzaa. So that for me is an indication that Slot probably is going to be gone in the summer, because it would be stupid to sell a player for 40 million to then buy the cunt back for 70 million a year later. Then be like, yeah, let's bring back a player that the manager don't rate. You know what? I'm actually gonna check right now on Instagram. When did Trent put out the goodbye pitch, the video? Well, I have to go to his Instagram. I haven't followed him. I don't know. I don't even follow him on Instagram anymore. He ain't getting a follow from me. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Let's have a look. Oh, I forgot his name on Instagram. It's just Trent, isn't it? Oh, fucking cringe. So he confirmed after 20 years, a Liverpool Football Club was on the 5th of May. It was the 5th of May. He confirmed it. And then, obviously, later that month, he confirmed it was Real Madrid. So, yeah, 5th of May. But I believe Marker confirmed it at the end of this month. Because Marker was the one, obviously, the first people to really report on said situation, wasn't they? So, I think we're going to find out with Canarsie within the next month whether he's going to stay at the club or whether he's going to be sold. I mean, we need to know at this point because, yeah, it's just ridiculous now, isn't it? It's just getting ridiculous. I slot that. I slot what? Slot has only got a year left. Yeah, Slot's only got a year left. So that's why Liverpool need to make a decision. You want to kiss Slot bold head? No, I don't. The goodbye was after Chelsea smoked us 3-1. Yeah, it was on the 5th of March. Yeah, 5th. Oh, wait. Yeah, 5th of May. 5th of May. Yeah, he put out the post on 5th of May. Marker put out at the end of this month. I remember I did a live stream on it. See, it was about I just looked up. It was the 26th when Marker confirmed it. It was the 5th of May where he was like, yeah, I'm officially gone. I think the fake tears interview was done months before. I saw something about that interview where it actually proved that it was actually done weeks before. Where I need to find that some guy on TikTok broke it down on how that interview was filmed months before. I need to find it. And I'll show you guys the video. 25 of you in the building, man. Bless up to every single one of you, man. Hit the like button and make sure you're hitting the subscribe button. We're talking about Jarrell Kwanzaa maybe potentially coming back to Liverpool. Reacts looks like he's had a Trent poster. I've never had a Trent poster, mate. I've had a Trent Liverpool shirt. Oh shit, forgot it's my birthday. Man said, oh shit, I forgot it's my birthday tomorrow. Yo, bless up to you, Lewis, bro. I hope you have a fantastic birthday, my G. Bless up to you. 5th, man said, yeah, I know I had a Trent poster, mate. I can't lie. We are not signing Canate. We are looking to bring back Jacob Ramon or sign Nico Schlotterbeck. I think Canate goes to Real Madrid or PSG, maybe Bayern Munich. Perfect Spanish screams to me. It was done once behind the scenes. Mama could go on loan if Allison stays and see out the contract, and Joris will come back on loan. I could see that. Can we get 25 likes? We'll see. We will see if we can get 25 likes, my friend. We have got over 20 people in the building. Bless up to every single damn one of yourselves. Where did I get to? So yeah, big game tonight, chat as well, by the way. Big game tonight. But look, Kwanzaa, we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen with him. I personally believe I don't mind Kwanzaa as a centre back. I actually didn't want him to go, but it made sense at the time. And if I'm being honest with you, I'm not really going back. If I'm being honest, I don't think Liverpool should go back. I'm sorry, you forced your ex at the building, and now you're like, oh shit, I can't pull. How about come back? Like, come on, man. We need to have some fucking self-pride about ourselves, for God's sakes. But so we spoke about all the transfer news. Gakpo should be gone for good. We need a new left winger. I think Gakpo might be moved on in the summer. Marca confirmed Trent to Madrid in March 2024. No, they confirmed the interest, though. That was when Fabrizio put out that absolute groundbreaking tweet. I'll never forget that. I was in a pub. It was a Friday night. I was in a pub, and my phone's blowing up. Everyone's ringing me, and I'm like, okay, God, please. What is this? Oh my God, have you seen Fabrizio's tweet? And I'm like, I've not seen Fabrizio's tweet. I'm literally drinking my pint. And he's like, oh my God, Trent to Real Madrid. And I was like, at the time, I laughed. When I saw that tweet, that Trent to Real Madrid, that Real Madrid said they want to try and get him on a free in 18 months from March 2024, I laughed. I was like, yeah, you ain't getting him. Yeah, he proved us all wrong. Baran, we sacked our manager after winning 8-0. Oh, yeah, I saw something about that. Team for tonight, footy. And McDonald Hamburger is better than Gakpo. Stop with this gimmick. Catalan. Baron, what you on about? Yeah, everyone in the chat's going at it. But no, chat, we have got a big game tonight. We have got a big game tonight. We've got Wolves in the Premier League at Wolverhampton Wanderers. I believe this could be... let's be honest. Look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Wolves. But come on, man. Like, if we are not beating Wolves, lock the season. Just end it. If you are not beating Wolves, I don't give a fuck home or away. It is a disgrace. If you are not beating Wolves, it is a disgrace. I'm sorry. And if we lose tonight or drop points, yeah, you're going to see a fucking meltdown. I'm telling you that now. But obviously, we did go through the press conference yesterday, talking about the injury situation, etc. Reacts, would you go bold if we win the Champions League? Why would I go bold for my club winning a trophy? Why would I go bold for me being happy? Surely I would more likely go bold if we don't win the Champions League. Are you going to do a watch along tonight? I'll be honest. I think I might bring the watch alongs back for Champions League games. Who knows? Who knows? I do want to bring watch alongs back. I do want to bring them back eventually. I do plan from next season to definitely do watch alongs on the channel, not just for Liverpool, but just for like other games as well. So I will be starting them back up. Don't you worry about that. But this is the team that FootMob had predicted. Some key insights. Let's actually have a read of these. More than half of Wolves. Wait, what? More than half of Wolves. 29 league matches this season ended with them failing to score. Wolves have scored in the fewest goals in the Premier League with this season, which is 20. Wow, I thought they would have scored less. Wolves have scored 51 goals in the last 20 matches, the worst defensive record in the division. Wolves beat third place Aston Villa on 2-0 on Friday to secure their second win of the league of the season. Salah has 9 goal involvements in his last 10 Premier League appearances against Wolves. Well, let's hope, because Mo Salah hasn't got a goal involvement in about 10 games. Liverpool have won all 6 previous meetings with Wolves, securing 14 goals and just conceding 4. Mohamed Salah is on a 10-match Premier League goalless run, the longest ever drought. Florian Wirtz misses out with a back injury after pulling up in the warm-up last weekend. So the injuries coming into this game, they've only got Chan out. Bradley's out for the season. Leonie's obviously out, as we know. Wirtz, I don't think is going to be back until probably the Galatasaray game. Bajcetic, again, I've already made my feelings very clear on him. Endo, he's out for the season until basically the World Cup. And Isak is going to be back. He's probably going to be back around at the end of this month, first couple of days of April. So he's going to be back within the next 3 or 4 weeks, Isak. But this is the predicted team. I'll be honest, I would be happy with this team. I'll just put in Kirkers. I think that is probably going to be the team. I think Frimpong will come in for Joe Gomez after getting a decent amount of minutes. I thought he was actually quite good against who did we play at the weekend? West Ham. I thought he was actually quite lively when he came on. It's actually really good to have him back because I think we've missed his attacking throw-ends and his pace and the power that he obviously brings onto the pitch. But no, that's probably going to be the team that plays tonight. And we need to win. We need to win. I mean, look, our record against Wolves is very good. I mean, when was the last time we lost to Wolves? 2-1 in December. I remember that game. We was terrible in that game, by the way. 2-1. 2-1 there. Was that the game where Kanate scored? Yeah, he scored just before half time. 2-0 there. That was obviously Klopp's last game, wasn't it? Yeah, that was Klopp's last game. 3-1, 2-0. Oh, yeah, this is when we got absolutely dunked on them by 3. 1-0, 2-0. Like, we have a very good record against Wolves. We don't lose. You know, we look at it in the Premier League. They've only beaten us twice. At home, they've only won once. And that was the 3-0, wasn't it? So in the Premier League, they've only beaten us once at home. No draws, 8 wins. My favourite Liverpool Wolves game. Do you know one game that really sticks out to mind? I think it would have been this one. Origi, last minute. Oh man, take me back to the night we met. Ah man. But yeah, our record against Wolves in the Premier League, 18 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses. Look, you can clip this all you like. Liverpool are beating Wolves. If we don't beat Wolves, log on to your PlayStation, click career mode, and end the fucking career. If we don't beat Wolves tonight. I mean, come on, man. Like, they've got 2 wins. 2 wins. 7 draws and 20 losses. If you go based off the last 5 games, to be fair, they've got 3 results in 5. What's their home form this season? 3 draws, 2 losses. Sorry, 3 draws, 2 wins. I don't think they've actually... imagine if Wolves go the whole season without winning away. Fair play to the Wolves fans that go to the away games. Not seeing a win is peak. That is actually peak. Has a team ever gone the whole season without winning away? Nah. Subscribe and like, reacts. Check out that link. Right, let me check out this link. Where's this link? Where's the link? The link's not in there, Baron. I don't see a new link. Wolves could rotate because they ain't staying in the Premier League and they'll go strong for the FA Cup. Yeah, I won't be surprised if Wolves don't go full strength because look, Wolves fans they're not stupid. Like, come on, man. Like, they're going to be relegated within the next 5 games. They're going down, yeah. So I feel like for me, Wolves, it's just about pride for them and FA Cup and hope and dream and pray. That's literally Wolves this season. FA Cup, hope and pray, and somehow do a fucking Wigan where they got relegated and went on to win the FA Cup. But we actually play Wolves twice this week. But look, we need to win because obviously, this is a big week. You've got Man United have got Newcastle away. Chelsea have got Villa away. The dream is United lose and Villa and Chelsea draw. So both teams drop points. If we could potentially go 4th tomorrow. If we actually beat Wolves by more than 2 goals and Man United lose to Newcastle, and obviously Villa drop points, we could go 3rd. But that's why we need the Aston Villa game and Chelsea game to draw because we'll oh no, we won't go above Aston Villa. We'll only go a point behind them. But we can close the gap on them and we can have a bit of a gap on Chelsea. So we could potentially go like 4 or 5 points clear of Chelsea, which is massive. So yeah, we'll go 5 points clear of Chelsea. We need that, man. Brazil are 5 times World Cup champions. I just checked the source, it's not real. Big up Ryan, bro. It was Camavinga to Liverpool report. For this. We do not have the worst defensive record in the league. Incorrect. Is that actually true? Oh no, Burnley do. They have 56. 56. West Ham 54. Ryan, do you think Wolves would actually come straight back up? You know what? I used to like Wolves as a team. Not like them, but I used to enjoy watching Wolves back in the day. You know, in that seat when they had Nuno as manager, I would say from like 2016 to like 2019, 2020. So in them like 2-3 years, Wolves were a decent team when they was getting Europa League, they was getting to the FA Cup semi-final, they was getting far in the Premier League. They were actually entertaining to watch. Do you know what I mean? When they had like the Jotters, God rest his soul, Adama, they had like the likes of Podence, Raul Jimenez, Gian Moutinho, Ruben Neves, Vitinha, Connor Cody in the team. They had Rui Patricio as goalkeeper. Like they actually had a decent team, Wolves, and the team just got absolute picked and dunned. Can we never say 100% footy? We should have a good chance of coming back up, but it's a really tough league to get out of. Is it basically just FA Cup for you then, mate? Is it just FA Cup for you? But no, I think Liverpool win tonight 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool. I think we just have to get the 3 points. And I think what goes in our favour is what I really like is if we actually look at the Premier League fixtures, we're actually playing first above everyone else. Everyone else plays tomorrow night. I've always said it, I prefer to play first. When you're in top 4 races, when you're in relegation battles, Premier League title races, all those competitive parts in the league, I've always said I want to play first because one, you get your 3 points, you can sit and chill and you don't have to stress. And two, it puts pressure on the teams that you're competing for, whatever you're competing for. So Newcastle United tomorrow. Hopefully Newcastle can do us a favour. And hopefully West Ham can win actually, because Tottenham relegation, then that would be funny. And obviously Chelsea Villa is a thingy. I might do a watch long. You know what, chat? If I'm free tomorrow night, I might do a watch along for the games. I might do you know what? Do I do a watch along tonight? I don't. Well, I'll see how I feel in a couple of hours. I went 3-1 Liverpool tonight. We've been competing well in games recently, but you'll have too much as hopefully you rest some players for the FA Cup and we can win that game somehow. I think we'll go strong in the FA Cup. I think Liverpool want to try and actually win the FA Cup. I think, you look at our fixtures, my friend. After Wolves, we don't play till Tuesday, which is a Friday night. We're actually on a Friday night for once, which is actually nice. And then obviously we're playing on Tuesday, then Sunday, then Wednesday. But these next 5 games for us are absolute. These are the biggest. I know I keep saying it, yeah, the next 5 games, the next 5 games, the next 5 games. But these next 5 games for Liverpool are genuinely the biggest of the season. It genuinely is the biggest of the season because, you've got how many games in the Premier League there? 1, 2 Premier League games there. You win those, that's good 6 points. You've probably had Man United, Chelsea, and Villa would have hoped to drop points within that time. So then therefore, you can build a gap on them. You beat Wolves in the FA Cup, you're into the quarterfinals. You beat Galatasaray into the quarterfinals, and you're thinking, potentially this time, in just about 2 weeks, Liverpool could be sat in 2 quarterfinals and in a really good, comfortable driving opposition for the Champions League races. That's why for me, I can't stress it enough how big these next 5 games. We cannot be affording to fuck up. We need to be winning the next 5. Cool. Okay, you Galatasaray first leg, yeah, you can draw it and then go and win it at Anfield. But you need to be winning Wolves in the league, Wolves in the FA Cup, Tottenham, and you need to be going to the quarterfinals of both competitions. You reckon we'll have top 4 wrapped up by game week 34 when we play the likes of Chelsea and United and Villa? If we can actually win all our games until then and they would drop respective points, potentially. I mean, look, with 3 points clear of Chelsea, I think if Liverpool can go into that Chelsea game with a 7-point lead, with the correlation spot being up for grabs, I think I would fancy us to get top 4. If we are 7 points going into that game, which is still a long way to go, game week 34. So how many games is that? 6 games away with 3 points clear of Chelsea. I think it's possible. If we win the respective games, we will get top 4. But I do agree with you, and I said this, like, for me, I think we need to win every single Premier League game up until Everton. I'm going to be honest. I think Wolves, you have to fucking win. Tottenham, Brighton and Fulham, you've got to be taking 12 points. You've got to be taking 12 points because this is when you're going into the back end of the season now. Everton, first Merseyside derby at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. They're going to be up for it. Crystal Palace, They've got nothing to play for. You should win. Man United, top four battles, the race for third, whatever you want to call it. Same for Chelsea, same for Villa, and same for Brentford. There is a big likelihood in these last four games, everything's going to be up for grabs. Brentford are fighting for maybe Europa League, Conference League. Villa, they're going to be fighting for the Champions League. Chelsea, they're going to be fighting for the Champions League, depending if they're still in the Champions League or not. Same for Manchester United. Palace's season's probably dead. Everton are going to be up for it because it's the first derby at Hill Dickinson Stadium. So for me, and also a lot of it does depend on if we're still in the Champions League. I mean, yeah, so the Champions League semi-final, I believe, would get put in between there, and then it would get put in between there. So Champions League semi-finals, by the way, if we are to face a Bayern Munich or Real Madrid, they would get put in between Crystal Palace and United, and Man United and Chelsea. And then I believe the FA Cup final. When is the FA Cup final? When is the FA Cup final? May the 16th. So yeah, that Aston Villa game would have to get moved. That would have to get moved a couple of days back. That would have to get moved. So if we're in the FA Cup final, that game would have to probably get played in midweek. Do you see what I mean? And that's why we need to be. I think genuinely we need to win all these games. I want to see greens. I want to see greens. I don't want to see greys. I don't want to see reds. I want to see greens because I want to be in both quarterfinals of the competition, and I want to win the next four Premier League games. Because if you win the next four, you look at the Premier League table, that's 12 points. That takes you to 60 points. Okay, 60 points. I think 68 points will get you enough. I mean, if we look at previous Premier League standings of what top four requires. So, top four of last season, what did you need? 66 points, 69 points. 66 points, 68 points. So yeah, you're going to need 66 points. That's why if we can go into the last four, if we can win the next four Premier League games, you can go into your last 5 games and probably win about 2. Considering with how difficult the fixtures are. Do you know what I mean? So we need to be getting 66, 67 points to get Champions League football. So we're not too far away if we go and win the next 4 games. Tottenham, Wolves, Brighton and Fulham. Which Brighton away could be difficult. Spurs, you're at home. You should be beating Tottenham right now. And you should be beating Fulham at home as well. And also Wolves tonight in the league. Cannot be having any fuck-ups. Liverpool will get Champions League football. Villa or Chelsea will drop out. I think one of them will drop out, my friend. I think so as well. Villa were horrendous against us. Couldn't believe what I watched. Hopefully, because will Villa fall apart? Hopefully they do. Or I'm not bothered about where Liverpool finish, 3rd, 4th. I don't care. It's all the same for me. I just want to get what it is for me is Champions League football. Can we win the FA Cup? Can we get to a Champions League? Ryan, they shouldn't be anywhere near 3rd. Think they got nosebleed. Can see them concentrating on Europe. Yeah, if they win the Europa League, they get Champions League. So they've got a get out of jail free card as well. And I think they should be one of the favourites to win that competition as well. Big up to you, bro. Big up, Rodrigo. I hope you're well. I'm doing all right, my friend. How's the content going, my bro? Villa have Europe. They'll have one eye on that. Are Villa still in the FA Cup? Villa fixtures. Let's have a look at what Aston Villas are. Let's have a look at some of the teams before we wrap up. Let's have a look. So Villa, I've got Chelsea, then Lille, Man United, Lille, then West Ham. Ooh. Ooh. They've got some tough games. What's their thingy in the Champions League? So, like, who will face who? So, if Villa win, they play Bologna or Roma. Yeah, that's going to be tough. If Forest beat Munich... Do you want to know who I think will win the Europa League? I think Lyon will win the Europa League. Let me have a look at FA Cup. Let's have a look at FA Cup fixtures. Who's still left in the comp? So, there's an FA Cup game today, Port Vale, Bristol City. Then you got Wolves, Liverpool. This is the round of the 16. Round of the 16. Then you got Mansfield Town, Arsenal. What the shock horror. Then you got Wrexham, Chelsea. Newcastle versus Man City. Then you got Fulham, Southampton. Port Vale, Bristol City. Sunderland and Leeds United, Lincoln. I mean, one of those two teams are going to go. Hopefully, in the next round, if we win, we're in the quarterfinals. Just avoid Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man City, and I'll be honest with you, I'll take the rest. And then it's just a shootout for the FA Cup in the last two games. If you can bag a Fulham or a Southampton, a Port Vale or Bristol City, Sunderland, a Leeds United, Norwich, or a West Ham, Brentford, you know, I'm taking my chances. So that's 4 teams out of 3. As long as you avoid one of those two or one of those two and get one of them, you're into the semi-finals, and then from that point you're thinking it's a shootout at Wembley. I'm hoping Stuttgart win it. Stuttgart or Roma will win. Roma will be a tough game. I think they have the best defense record in Europe this season. Man, they got knocked out by Newcastle. Good bro, just chilling because it's my birthday. Yo, bless up to you, my bro. Hope you have a fantastic my birthday, my G. Get yourself a pint, lad. If you're drinking it, big up to you, bro. Hope you have a good rest of your day, mate. One of Chelsea Villa tomorrow will drop points. You know what? I'm tempted to do a watch along. I really am tempted to do a watch along. What games have we got? You know, if I decide to do a watch along, I will set it up. If not, I will definitely be going live straight after the game for the match reaction, as we always do. Tomorrow night, if I'm not, because I don't know if I'm at work tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm at work. I might do a watch along, a Champions League hate along for Villa, Chelsea, and Newcastle, Man United. I might do that. I might just do that. Thursday, you got. I am, by the way, chat. We'll let you know this weekend content might be a bit mad, in terms of scheduling and stuff, because I am going home to see my nan and some of my family members for a couple of days. But I am going to still try and get a couple of streams in. Do you guys remember when I went back for Christmas and stuff? The content was obviously a bit mad for about a week or two. I'm going home from Thursday till Sunday, so I should still have a live stream out after the game. So I will go live after the game for Friday, and I should maybe have some content out over the weekend as well. But my prediction tonight, I am going for Liverpool to win the game, and then can we beat Wolves tonight? Let's hope so. Let's hope we can. Let's hope we can beat Wolves tonight. Score prediction: I'm going 2-0 Liverpool. 15% fans think Wolves will win. Interesting. But I'm intrigued to watch more of this kid, this Mateus Mane. I like the look of him. He's definitely going to get snapped up. I'm telling you, Gomez, Andre will get snapped up. Mosquera will get snapped up if Wolves get relegated, I think. But man, looking at that Wolves team, yeah, you know what? I feel sorry for Wolves fans. I don't mind Wolves. They're an alright fan base. Hi Footy, what is the Olise news? We're just chatting basically about, you know, Liverpool want Olise. He is ultimately the dream target for the club. Obviously, we're gonna have to wait and see whether we move for him, my friend. Premier League football is terrible. I've said this for a long time, and I got called out on it. Someone said to me, "You're only saying that because your team's crap." I can pull up a video of last season when I said the Premier League was terrible and my team won the league last season. Footy, you seen what's happened in Birmingham? I have not seen what's happened in Birmingham. Yeah, big up to you, bro. What's happened in Birmingham? Man, why do you always do this? What? Predicting my team to beat Wolves. I do apologise for beating my team. I do apologise for predicting my team to beat the team that is bottom of the league. Did you see Qatar say? I need to see it. I need to watch the highlights. It's on my list. You're only saying this now because your team is crap. I have evidence. All right, then, fine. Next stream, I'll show you a clip of me saying the league was crap last season. How about that? There you go. Rodrigo's torn his ACL. Has he actually? I think Baron put something about that. Yeah, but and what was this about? Have you seen what's happened in Birmingham? I have not seen what has happened in Birmingham, if I'm being honest. I mean, we'll have a look. Yeah, let me have a look. Yeah, Jeremy Jacket is going to be expected to join the team in early July, which is good. Let's type in Birmingham. I can't lie, chat, by the way. Stay safe out there, I'll tell you that. What the fuck? I cannot share that on screen. Holy shit. What the fuck? I would share it on screen, but if you guys have not seen what's happened in Birmingham, what the fuck? Bro, this world's gone mad. This world has literally gone bonkers. Holy what? Listen, if I was to say what I truly do think of what I've just seen and the man and stuff, listen, I'd be instantly cancelled off the internet. Bro, skip chats. Am I skipping chats? I've literally read them. Please give Rio a start so we can watch Mane and Rio, both great young players. Yep, 66 Dinko knocked at half time. What happened? Man explained. Audience rather than saying what the fuck. The best way to kind of put it is something happened outside of primary school involving about a man doing said things to children. I'm not going to be saying it out loud because yeah, that is, the world's gone fucking mental. It's literally actually gone mental, this world. It is literally gone mental. The world has actually gone mad. You got the stuff that's happening over in the Middle East. You got the stuff that's happening in America. You got the stuff that's happening in Dubai. You got the shit that happened yesterday in fucking Birmingham now that I've just read. The world has literally gone mad. Why is the North Sea trending on Twitter? What the fuck? Oh, it's all about what happened in the war, innit? Yeah, now Cyprus is trending. What's happened to Cyprus? Oh my god. Yeah, the world's gone mad. The world has gone mad. Chat, I'm gonna give you you get on your high horse. Actually, if you actually, my girlfriend's actually been in one of my live streams before, actually. Yeah, I could literally show you my phone case right now as well. She's literally on my phone case. What are we doing here? Do you support? No, I don't. If Stock wins the UCL, slot in. I'm slot out. And to be honest with you, Wesley, I just preferred not to comment on the whole thing. Like, for me, this isn't a politics channel. It will never be a politics channel. Obviously, I have an opinion on the thing. that is going on in the world and shit. But that opinion I keep to myself because, you know, people take things out of context. So all the tax dodgers flying from yeah. Mental chat. Absolute mental. Slot saying next season if we get top 4. Let's be honest. Yeah. He is. He is. But yeah, chat, I'm gonna have to wrap up because I've got to help sort some shit out. But I might try and do a watch along tonight. If not, I will be doing a match reaction, win, lose, or draw, as we do for every single Liverpool game. And then maybe a Premier League watch along tomorrow night. I don't know. We'll see. I want to bring them back, but I want to slowly integrate them back into my content. So yeah, good stream chat. I find it funny how they stayed quiet for 2 years. Yes, mad. But yeah, chat. Appreciate every single one of you, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on your way out. Make sure you're turning on post notifications as well. The second channel is going to be starting this week. I will be putting it out on my community posts. I'm hoping to have the banner and the picture and everything sorted for Friday. You should have the announcement on Friday. I'll also have an introduction video as well. And then obviously episode 1 of Life Will Reacts is coming out next week. And the first video will be coming out on Friday. So I'm going to try and get those things sorted for you guys. Hit the likes, hit the subscribe. Let's hope Liverpool win tonight. Enjoy the football. All those good things. Bless up to my brother Michael. Yeah, my granddad's doing okay. I'm actually seeing him this weekend. I am seeing him this weekend. So yeah, bless up to everybody. Appreciate every single one of you for jumping in for past hour and 15. And yeah, man, Liverpool are gonna win tonight. I'm telling you now. I'm gonna go 2-0 Liverpool. Hugo Ekitike. And you know what? I'm gonna back Mo Salah to score a goal tonight. Mo Salah's gonna score, I think. Hopefully, anyway. But yeah, we'll be back tonight on the channel for the match reaction. Take care. I'll see you guys all soon. Peace. Let's go up the Reds.